folks, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and something a bit different from me today. This is something that should work on all platforms, so it should work for you console guys, and we're going to look at generating infinite money. Now, yeah, I know there is the government subsidy sign, which, yep, you can use that if you want, or you can, if you're on PC, you can just use easy dev tools to cheat money in. But this is a slightly different way, and I just thought I'd show it off because it was kind of interesting when someone pointed it out to me. So what we are going to do is we're going to jump into the build mode and we are going to build ourselves a BGA. This works with every BGA that I've tested. It is a feature of the base game BGAs, but of course I am going to use my BGA because why wouldn't I? If you want to, you can use mine as well, and you can go and download that from ModHub and then rate it 5 stars because it's awesome. So we're going to stick that down, and then what we're going to do is put next to it a silo extension for manure, and you want to put it pretty close. So I'm going to press V to toggle free mode. I'm not sure what that is on console, but we're going to stick it right there. So it is right next to it, and I happen to have a trailer full of manure with a Kubota something or other, an M7. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up to the manure extension, and we're going to tip the manure in here. As I said, this works with every BGA that I've tested. I've tested it with base game ones, I've tested it with Vertex Designs BGA that is a similar size to mine, but clearly not as good. And it works with all of them because it's a function of how the BGAs are set up. Switch that off. This works with manure or slurry, so I'll show you both, but we'll start off showing you with manure. And so if we go here, you'll see that both the manure heap extension and the BGA show that they have manure in now. So we only tipped manure into the extension. I've got, because with my BGA you can choose, I've got the electricity, methane and digestate all set to storing, and we're going to turn manure on. And you'll see that we are generating electricity. We're generating methane as well, but at quite a slow rate because it's just started to pop up, and digestate, and we're not using any of the manure. So basically you can generate infinite electricity and methane and digestate, which is kind of cool if you want to use digestate to then make fertilizer or fertilize your fields with, and the manure is not going down at all. Yeah, so if I am just going to use power tools to set my money to 0, and then if we put on selling and selling, and then speed up time a bit, you'll see that when we hit the hour we start making money. There we go. Money. And you're not using up your manure, which is kind of cool. And you're getting digestate as well, which might be, you might want that for something else. So yeah, that's that one. So if we stop that, and then we can do the same with the slurry. So, we need to add some money back in. I could just skip time ahead, but we'll just add the money back in to build this. So yeah, we stick this again. You want to put it really close, I found. So we stick it there, and then I've got the Xerion 4200, which I have used very little, having got it as part of the DLC pre-order bonus, I think. I've barely used this, so I tend to use it in tutorials a bit. This time you need to put it into the BGA because there's no fill point for the extension, and you can see that our slurry is going up. I don't know if we can get a trigger up for the extension for the slurry like we can for the manure. Doesn't look like it. We'll just let that tanker empty, and then we'll switch on the slurry and you should see the same thing happening. There we go. So if we turn on slurry, we are using slurry. That didn't happen when I tested it. Maybe we didn't get enough that it went into the extension. But I have found that this is a little bit temperamental sometimes. I guess it's because it's kind of a cheat. Sometimes with the manure you can tip it straight in the BGA and it goes into the extension. And the last time when I was testing this, when I set it up, I just put one tanker full of slurry in and it worked just fine. Basically, you need to get slurry to go into the extension, so you might need to put more slurry in than you do to put in manure, because you can put the manure straight into the extension. I think this BGA holds 75,000 litres of slurry. I should know, I made it, but you know. So we'll just put a little bit more in and then we'll test it again. I'm going to put another tanker in, so bear with me, I will be back in a second. So just went away and checked the capacity is 75,000 litres, so we should now have manure in, should have slurry in the extension. What we might have to do is use up the slurry that's in the BGA first. So if we bang that on now, and once it stops filling, we'll see whether it's going to drop or not. There we go, so it's going down a bit. I'm just going to speed up time, because what should happen is we'll empty out the BGA's capacity and then we'll be running on the extension and it should stop being used. Whack that up to max time acceleration. It's a fun little feature of how BGAs work, and we will hopefully see in a moment that it will stop going down as we start to take from the extension. I think we should have about 25,000 litres of slurry in the extension. So there are other ways of there we go, so it stopped going down and now it's just generating free electricity and methane. And obviously you could have both of these running. This BGA doesn't support parallel processing, so you're going to slow down your production, but if you were using the industrial BGA that I have, that does support parallel running. But there we go. It's something you can turn on and off, I guess, as well. If you need to generate a little bit of free cash, you can. Using a BGA to generate infinite money, and I guess infinite digestate, which is maybe kind of useful for people if they want to use that for their fertilizing. If you found this useful and interesting, then please click the like button and leave me a comment below, and if you're not ready, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time on FS22.